Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is able to hear me and everyone is able to see my screen. If possible, can someone please raise your hands just to ensure that you're able to hear me clearly and able to see my screen? Thank you. Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for the confirmations. Right. So, what we discussed at a high level in yesterday's classes, we discussed about collection framework. Some of the things here. The main advantage of collection framework is reusability, quality, and speed and the maintenance, and the root interface of the collection is the collection interface. And there are thread safe classes where we can comfortably work with multi-threading framework, stack, vector, hash table, blocking queue, concurrent map, concurrent navigatable map. These are the thread safe data structures in Java for collections in a multi-threading framework. How you want to remove elements in the iterator? I give a code here and converting the list actually. Some other concepts in collections where we lot of people might not have an idea, and you are going to use in real time as well as in interview questions. Collection.n copies. It is going to return an immutable list which contains n number of copies of a given set. Okay, and we have seen the code also. Collection.frequency. It counts the frequency of the specified element in the given list. Okay, so we wrote a code here. So what exactly code is? We wrote a frequency here. So this is the string and how many times this three came. That is what collection.frequency and the array and the number. Okay, so if at all, instead of that, I want to dynamically each and every element, if I want to see how many times it is there, each and every element, how many times it is there, we used a stream, Java 8 stream API. And in the stream, we are taking a map object. We are going to construct a map. What is that map should contains? The number as well as how many times it exists. So where I'm going to take the number, which I'm going to iterate into each and every number. And I used collection.frequency for every number. On every number, I'm iterating and I'll take care. Is it existing value or a new value? Means is the value is already there or not there? If it is there, frequency. If it is not there, it will take. So that I'm printing these things here. And I've shown you this particular code. If you run this Java application, you will see here, 1 is present in 2 times. 2 is present in 2 times. 3 is present in 5 times. 4 is present in 5 times. 5 is present in like that. So we are going to dynamically take care of. This is what I explained yesterday. Just because of some ad hoc meeting, I stopped the class 30 minutes before itself, which I apologize. And today I want to continue. So today's agenda is some other 2 things are there. 2 other concepts are there, disjoint as well as singleton. After that, I'll go to Java 8 and I'll go some of the things, important points in Java 8. Then we will see the Java 8 interview questions, programmatical interview questions also we are going to see. That is what we align for today. Okay, guys, as I mentioned already, everyone, you are going to get the recording sessions and the material, everything to your email ID to which you are logging. It will take some time, but we are going to provide you the complete information, what I discussed, as well as recordings links will be given to your email ID. Kindly don't ask the same questions. You will get it to the email ID, whatever you register to this particular link. You are going to get the complete material with the PDF of all interview questions and answers, which you can use as a first-hand information, and you can go for the interview. That is, will give you a good confidence level for the interview. Okay, so that's it. Now, without wasting the time, I'll go into write. So next point is what I'm going to focus typically is, okay, someone is asking new value and so, okay, let me explain here. By default, first it will iterate 1, right? It is existing value and new value. Is the 1 is already there? Not there, right? So it will iterate every 1. 1 is already there. Now, when it comes to 1, existing value, no value, it is going to count. Is that value is there or not? So existing value is going to check whether this value is there or not. So that is what map is going to internally take care. If you work on 2 map, you'll understand the exactly structure here. Here existing value, new value, which is going to take care of existing an element is there or not, it is going to come back because I need a value, right? One is there in 2 times. How know that? Already one is there or not? I need to have an indicator, right? So that is what I'm going to take care, where I'm going to verify each and every number. And the number is the logic is that existing value or a new value? If it is existing value, how many times? If it is a new value, it will keep that. So that is the logic we are going to have. Okay, right, sir. Next one is I'm going to take another point here. Collection dot disjoint. Okay, which I'm going to focus here. Collections dot disjoint. Lot of people not aware of this. They are very, very important, guys. Okay, collection dot disjoint here. What exactly this joint is going to do, that is, okay, it returns common elements by comparing two data structures. For example, I have two data structures are given, okay, and I want to see any common things are available or not. So that is what disjoint method, especially, right, sir, in a front end, where we'll use in real time is in a front end, some framework will give me either Angular or React or whatever it may be. They will give a JSON data, and it comes to my backend, Java backend, and I am going to process. Is the JSON is available in my database or any other common items are there in the database? I want to compare the database JSON as well as front-end JSON. So that is where it is going to return me. The disjoint method is going to return me that actually. Okay. So what I'm going to do is first I will show you the code. You will get an idea. After that, we are going to see here. So this is done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write list of integer, which is equal to list one is equal to new array list. I'm going to take here new array list. Okay. After that, I'm going to add collections dot add all to this list one. I'm going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is what I'm going to add to this list. I'm going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'll take one more list, list 2. Okay. I will add 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Something like I'm taking two lists here. Okay. Boolean, which is going to return. Okay. Boolean is similar is equal to collections dot disjoint of list 1, list 2. Okay. If at all, if this Boolean is returning something like that, sys out. Okay. The list have no common elements. Two lists have no common elements. Else, the list have common elements. That's it. Now I will run this, guys. Why we have 1 second. This is, let me remove this code. Okay. Still some error is there. Why the error actually? Cannot be. It is indirectly referring. Why indirectly referring? List 2 is required. That is not the case here. Okay, something is a problem here. Okay, java dot util dot arrays dot. We'll see here list java dot util dot list array list collections. Okay, right. No. Indirectly referring. Is that indirectly referring? Somehow guys, I mean this is a, I mean somehow it is telling that it is indirectly referring maybe compilation, or maybe why is it not, I'm not pointing to java 8 here. One second. Build path. I need to see here. Edit. We'll see now. Okay, something, it is having some kind of problem here. Okay, we will write one more class, test.java. Okay, collections test. Let me remove this. Okay, why it is no error, why it is giving that? Okay, file new, will create a project here. Somehow the project is old compilable, java 8 project. Next, next, and I will add here new class, test class, and we are going to add this here. So run as Java application. Okay. Okay, guys. I mean, by default, some problem in setup. Okay, I'll check because I don't want to waste your time here. So by default, sir, if the two collections are there, it is going to return the data. Okay, if there are any common items are available, one is there, two is there. If any common items are available, it will return false. If is similar means is it returning? Two lists are not having any common items. If at all, if any common items are found, it is going to return the false value. Somehow it is giving some compilation issues actually. Okay, where maybe I don't know what is the problem here. Okay, here I need to. It's a Java problem. I don't know. I should see here. We'll see here. Somehow it is giving a little bit error here. Okay, fine. We're going to see that. So that is where it is returning that particular list item is available or not. Now we are going to take about a new topic, which is nothing but it is a one more data structure which I need to see here. That data structure is typically having singleton, which is the next item which I'm going to take is collection dot singleton. Lot of people not aware this, guys. Some people may have an idea. Collections dot singleton. Okay, T is small. Collection dot a singleton. This is another important area where in a collection. Okay, by default, what it is going to give a singleton here. Typically, it is collection dot singleton collect. It creates an immutable set. It creates an immutable set. Something like an ncop is right, immutable set over a specified element, over a specified collection, whatever it may be, over a specified collection. It is going to, whatever it returns, n copies is going to return email which contains a number of copies. But singleton, sir, you are giving some data to any other framework. They cannot modify any of these things here. They should not modify any of these things here. Typically, that is a singleton reference here. So whatever your collection dot singleton, where you cannot add anything over here. Maybe we will comment this. I'll see here. Can I execute this? Okay. So set of string, which is equal to example or new collection is equal to java.util.set is equal to collections dot singleton. Why it is not written? Java.util. Right? Somehow, why it is not taking Java build path? I added. It is still not taking. Project clean. We'll see here. Somehow it is a local setup actually. Yeah, we need to restart one. Yeah, we'll see that. We'll see that, guys. Okay. So meanwhile, collection dot, maybe I'm going to write singleton of Ashok IT. So this is a string I'm taking. Whatever it is returning, right? Whatever it is returning, what I can do here, try, okay, new collection dot add. I want to add new Ashok IT. This is what I want to add. But inside that, catch unsupported operation exception ex, okay, where I'll write this out. Okay, it's nothing right here. It is not doing anything here. So system dot out dot println, which is giving singleton returns an immutable set. You cannot change, something like that. So we will restart the IDE, guys. We'll just see. Okay. Just we are going to restart the IDE. Let it take him. So these are the n copies and frequency and disjoint. These are the some of the things where it is going to take care about that. Okay. So in real time, very, very important interview questions on these areas, guys. Next, we will go to, in the meanwhile, let it opens. Is it opening? Well, it will take some time. Yes. Yeah. It is still loading. Yes. Still the service indirectly reference from it. Somehow, I think I don't know what is the say. Is it a setup problem or something? It's a local problem, guys. Nothing else. So as it is, it will work. So module initialization. We clean this. Sometimes this will work crazily. Unsupported major version, minor version. Somehow it's a purely local problem, guys. Maybe I'll take a new setup here and I'll do that in the meanwhile. Eclipse, sometimes it will show heaven for us. Okay. Maybe we'll see this. Yeah. And meanwhile, let it open, guys. Meanwhile, I'm going to take about the next set, very, very important set, which I want to focus is Java 8 features. Minimum 6 to 10 questions will be there in interview, guys. Minimum 6 to 10 questions will be there in interview, guys. Okay. Java 8 features or Java 8 interview questions. Okay. What exactly the Java 8 interview questions, which we are going to both theoretically as well as practically, we are going to see that. Okay. The first thing is, what are the new features are added in Java 8? Correct, right, guys? First question is typically on the point is new features in Java 8. This is a typical question which will come here. Okay. The first thing is functional programming. Functional programming, right? Which was not there in the old versions of Java. It is available only in the new version of Java. Functional programming. High volume of data processing or ease of high volume of data processing. With high data is there, how we can process quickly, easily with a stream, and all those things, right? Next, reflection, new features in reflection API. Reflection, something is there, new features are added in reflection API, like loading of a class in a reflection, which is there actually. Okay. Next one is leveraging the enhancement in collection APIs. Whatever the things I told right just now, in those APIs, some of the changes came in the collection APIs, leveraging the enhancements in the collection API. Next, optional keyword are smart exception handling with a optional keyword. Just like if you want to do a null check, you don't need to do that, where it is typically having an exception handling. Okay. JVM VM arguments are JVM arguments where we can control on the JVM VM arguments or JVM arguments, something like that. Okay. Next one is base 64 algorithm. Base 64 encryption algorithm with a more crypto logic, with more crypto hash mechanism, more security. That is another feature here. Next one is and other one is, maybe it's not that much important, a new JavaScript engine, national JavaScript engine, but it's not clear. It's not required here. Okay. So these are the new features are added in that. Next one is, what is a lambda expression? This is another interview question, guys. What exactly a lambda expression? Okay. What exactly a typically lambda expression? Lambda expression is nothing but it's an anonymous function. Anonymous function. Okay. Where it doesn't have any name. Anonymous function that does not need any access specifiers or access modifiers like name or return value, etc. It accepts a set of input parameters and returns result. It accepts set of principles and it is going to return that. Okay. So that is called as a typically a lambda expression. So what is the use here? What exactly the use here? It can be passed. The lambda expression can be passed as a parameter in a method. We can pass this our expression, entire business logic also a parameter. We can pass a parameter. So we can treat the code in lambda expression as data. We can treat the code, whatever the code we added in the lambda expression, that we can record as a data. So this code, this functionality can be passed to other objects and methods, other objects as well as methods we can pass here. That is the main use of lambda expression here. Okay. Next one is, what is a functional interface? The next point is, what exactly a functional interface? Another important point, guys. Functional interface we need to have actually. So only in Java 8 they are added here. Functional interface is an interface. A interface should have only one abstract method. An interface, a function interface, an interface in Java that has only one abstract method, which can have default methods with implementation. This is against to the Java interface, guys. This is completely against to the Java interface. As a regular Java interface, right, guys? We may not have abstract methods. Okay. But here we can, I mean, it doesn't have any implementations. Here we can have an abstract method with a default implementation is possible. Okay. A default method is not abstract method. Is not abstract method. Okay. So example is runnable interface is having run method. Callable interface is having call method. I mean, callable interface as well as runnable interface. Runnable, callable interface are the best examples of functional interfaces in Java. These are the best example here. Callable, which is a call method, and runnable, which is a run method, which is typically useful in case of functional interfaces. Okay, right. So how we can define a functional interface? How to define a functional interface? If we create an interface, with one abstract method, that itself is a functional interface. That itself is a functional interface. Or else, if we write an annotation with at the rate of functional interface, if you write an annotation with at the rate of functional interface annotation, that is also, we can write that. Okay. So it's not so some people will confuse here. If you write at the rate of functional interface, then only it will be no. Even it's at the rate of functional interface is an optional, guys. It's not at all mandatory. It is an optional. At the rate of functional interface is an optional, guys. If you write, if you don't write, that's no issues at all. Okay. Next one is advantages of stream API. Collections, we have at a stream API. Okay. So the next interview question is advantages of stream API. So theory is also important, guys. You need to practice them. Advantages of stream API. Okay. So what is the stream API advantages is? Okay. First one is it helps in declarative programming, where we can use database functions like min, max, average, etc. without running a full iteration. So generally, who worked on this, they can only understand, guys. Who worked on stream API, they can only understand this. Okay. But I'll write the code and I'll help you. It mainly helps to achieve a declarative programming where we can use all the functions, database functions, min, max, average, without running a full iteration. Okay. Next one is it internally uses multi-core architecture. Multi-core architecture. What is the meaning of multi-core? Our CPU is multi-core. Okay. Internally, it will have a different processing units. For example, I have 1 lakh of strings. I want to do some operation. It will heavily utilize the CPU, and it is used as a multi-core architecture. Okay. Where developer no need to have an idea on multi-threading framework. So even though you don't have an idea on multi-threading framework, with the stream, you can work with the multi-core. It is internally using multi-core functionality. Multi-core is different, multi-threading is different, but it is achieving multi-threading through multi-core level OS feature. So that is another important point here. Okay. we can have a pipeline in operations, in stream that can run in sequence or parallel. Sir, in doing the operations, I can have a pipeline. Some of the things to go in sequential way, some of the things you can do in a parallel way. Sequential programming as well as parallel programming, we can achieve this. 1 second, guys. 1 second, please. Yeah. So we can have a pipeline operations in stream that can run in sequence or parallel. So where we can have a pipeline in that operations in a stream that can run in a sequential way or a parallel way. And also it provides support of group by, order by, sorting, or group by means order by generally. Okay, group by and order by operations. Internally it is provided. You no need to write a code for that. So that is a where you can have. Okay. So these are the advantages of Stream API. Where you want to work in real time with a string operations or collection operations, where you can't to do, you can use this particular Stream API. So that is another advantage with a Stream API, guys. Okay. So I mean, generally you have an idea on Stream, then only you can work on the. If you worked on this, then only you can have. Okay. Next one is, what is the use of optional keyword? Next is optional keyword in Java. Okay. Generally, to avoid null pointer exception, in Java, we can use optional keyword. So, for example, you are checking a particular collection, whether it's empty or not, or else you are getting a data from database, and okay, you are getting a data from database, and whether the database is having records, or not, you can have a null check. Okay. For example, sir, assuming that I am writing a code, sir. What is the code here I am writing? Product PROD is equal to product service dot, okay, get product with the name of iPhone 14. Okay. And I'm writing sysout system.out.println, where price of the product is PROD dot get price. Okay. So by default, product dot get price. I'm writing this code. Okay. Now this is a valid code only, guys. This is a valid code only, guys. But assuming that iPhone 14 is not there in the database, iPhone 14 is not there in the database, then this will return null pointer exception. This will return null pointer exception. Okay. But what I can write? I can write an optional keyword. I can write an optional keyword where here I can write or else of new product of empty. I can write here. I can write a or else new product of empty. Then this will never return null pointer exception. It will give an empty. So optional keywords are mainly used typically for what it is going to use here. Typically, it is going to have a logic of avoiding the null pointer exception. So some of the theory, I mean, I didn't cover anything, sir. Most important points I covered in Java 8, guys. Important points, but you need to go in depth. Okay. My intention is to have a basic idea. Okay. Basic idea about that and where we can have this. Now we'll write a code, guys. I'm going to show some code and all those things we'll see here. Okay. So let me go to the code over here. File, new Java project. Okay. Java 8 features. And I'm taking here next, finish. Okay. Now here I'm going to write a new class, test class. Okay. Now we'll see here whether whatever the code I wrote here. Okay. We'll see this code first. So which is equal to java.util.list array list collections. Yes. 1 second, guys. Why it is taking too much time? Yeah. Now disjoint method I had not shown in execution, right, guys? Now we'll see here. Run as Java application. Yes. Two lists have I was not able to show the execution, right? Now we'll see the execution here. Two lists have a common elements. 3 is there, right? For example, I am removing 3, 4, 5. Okay. Two different lists are, guys. Now I'm two lists not have a common elements. You saw here that's a disjoint method. Somehow my local setup, my Eclipse is having sometimes this kills. Eclipse is going to kill. Okay. After that, we will write singleton, guys. Next is that I am going to write here singleton. Collections dot singleton. Yes. So I'm creating a string and I'm adding string here. Now you'll see here, this is also you're going to see. So singleton returns immutable. You cannot change. You saw that, guys? So this is a typically some of the cases, guys, here. Now, what I will do is, sir, I'm going to write in a Java 8. Now I'm going to write very, very complex things I'm going to teach, guys. Typically, I'm going to teach complex things here with a Java 8 and programmatically. Okay? Programmatically, you need to write the code here. We are going to write a code here. So hands-on or practical example. I can write here. Now, whatever on a Java 8, on an interview point of view, this is mostly for experienced guys. At least 3 years or 2 years experience you are keeping or more than that. This is very, very useful here. Okay. For example, sir, I have a string. Okay. I have a string. Welcome to Ashok IT. This is my string. What I want to do here, I want to count. We need to write a Java program to count the number of occurrences. To count the number of occurrences of each character. Each character in this string. In this string, how many number of occurrences are available? For example, W is present one time, right? E is one time, something like that. Okay, L one time, something like that. We need to write a code here. Each and every character in that string, how many times it is going to be present? Okay, this is what we need to write here. Okay, yeah, maybe E2, whatever, sir. I mean, yeah, E is two. I mean, I didn't saw here. E may be two times. We'll see the real code. Okay. So what I need to do here, I need to write a Java program where I need to look for the string. I need to count the character, each and every character, how many times it is there. Okay. We wrote a code with the numbers, but we wrote a long code here. Similar code where we are going to use something like that. We need to use a Java 8 features I'm going to write here. Okay. So first what I'm going to do here, I'm going to write string input is equal to welcome to Ashok IT. Okay. This is my string. First of all, what I need to do here, I want to group by. I want to take this string into arrays, array list or arrays or whatever collection data structure, and I want to group them into one category. First, I'll show you the main core logic. After I write the core logic, I will explain. Looks to be some little bit complex, guys, but I'll show you map of string. What I'll do here, one string, I'll group it. For example, W. Only W is there. How many times is there? That's what I want to create a map here. Map of string comma list of string, which is equal to group. String group or input group, something like that. Where I want to write arrays dot stream. Okay. Where this input, first I want to convert this into input dot split function with a space. With a space, I want to I want to split it dot. Okay. Collect. I want to collect it. What I want to use here, collectors dot internal functions, grouping by. Have you heard about this or not? Grouping by. Every character I want to group by. Every character, guys. Sys out grouping result. Just I'll show the logic. After that, we'll use this logic, guys. Okay. Now you see here, guys, I'll run this. Sorry, not this input group. Right. I want to show the input group, right? Now, this is a core logic. After this core logic, I can write this. Now, A, C, E there 2 times, right? It is grouping. O is there 3 times. It is grouping. You saw that, guys? This is a list it is returning me. A is 1 time. C is 1 time. E is 2 times. This is the result it is giving with the grouping. Understand? So Java 8 is providing grouping functions. It is giving that grouping functions here. Now I got the result, right? And I find from this result I can apply, right, guys? From this particular result I can apply, right? Yes or no, guys? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this particular things over here, arrays dot. First I will take over here, right? Arrays dot string and collector, and in grouping, what I am logic is I don't want to group it. Okay. I will write function dot identify. This is a Java 8. Function dot identify, every character identify. Once you're able to find the match, count it. Collectors dot counting. Every string you identify and count it, right? Collect a function dot identify, collection dot count it. What it is going to return me? It is going to return me map of, okay, string long. It is final output. This is going to return me final output, which is going to give me a final output here. Let me comment out this guy. Okay. Now you will write a code over here. You saw here, guys. A is 1 time, E is 2 time, H is 1 time, O is 3 times. Maybe what I'll do is another hello. Something easy, right? H is 1 time, L is 2 times, O is 1 time, E is 1 time. You're able to see that, guys? So what is that we learned here? Collections, we have a grouping by. Just like I told, right? Collections having a group operations, ordering operations where it is internally, and it will have an identify function, and it is going to count the number of occurrences. So this is the first program where we can think of having what we learned here. Collections interface is having, okay, grouping. It will group, and also you can grouping by, I can iterate over each and every character, or I can write a identify where I can count to that particular string here. Okay, right. Now this is the first portion. It's an important interview question where the interviewer is going to check you with this. Okay. Next program is typically, sir, this is how Java 8 they will ask you. Okay. Practical examples. This is the first example. Second example is duplicate elements from given string. For example, I have a string. How many duplicate elements are there in that particular string? Okay. For example, E is duplicate here, right? Also, which one is having 3 here? Some word is having O, I think, right? O is having 2 times. Some word is, okay, duplicate elements only. The same character which is present more than once. So here you got the count, right, guys? Here you got the count, right? Right. Now I want to only to return. What are the return here? E I need to return. O I need to return. Remaining things I don't want to return. On top of that, you need to apply. On top of that, you need to, sir, is it useful in real time, sir? Or you're only for, no, it is very, very useful in real time. Example. Okay. Example, in e-commerce framework, you'll apply a discount coupons, right? Amazon or Flipkart. If the cart value is 10,000, then 10% discount. And each and every product should be no, what a grocery product should not be there. Now in that list, you need to manipulate whether is this product is there or not there. You need to group the lot of things and you can apply here. So it is not only important for interviews, in real time also they are very, very important here. Okay. So tomorrow I will take some other similar kind of examples tomorrow also. And we'll start with a little bit of multi-threading and slowly we'll go for the database related stuff also. Database related stuff also. And I'm going to share you all the complete PDF documents for interview. Lot of questions are there and whatever I covered also I'll give you. And I'm going to give you a classroom link or some other link where everyone get in touch with us and we can have a collaboration. Okay, fine guys. Thanks everyone for today. We will meet tomorrow with a good Java 8. Tomorrow we'll see lot of keywords, guys. Lot of keywords we are going to see tomorrow on Java 8 and we can apply them and we can see further. Okay. Thanks everyone. Have a great day. Thank you all.